Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe. And why we need a spiritual master? That has to learn. Unconditional love. What is the condition? With a spiritual master and no condition. If the devotion is based on money, it not works. If devotion is based on project, it not works. Devotion is only based on love. So, loving devotion is unconditional love. That has to learn, and that comes only by mercy. In relationship, we also learn, but it's conditional. Some condition, if I know fulfill, love will not go through. But unconditional love, Guru Shishya, has the unconditional love. So, in material life also, when we see some heavy behavior starts doing, but Guru heavy behavior change our life. Anything we do mistakes in his lap, he never minded. And what he say is all for our benefit. That is unconditional love. This unconditional love, why he is teaching to use this unconditional behavior with divine Radhika, preparing us for that. Nothing else. One pointed. If you want to bring to Swami to us, this is our unconditional love. And really, he happy with some services, but real happiness is inside of Gurudev. When you feel that you want to develop from your three gunas out of that, you want to improve. I want to improve my Shuddha Sattva, pure goodness, and Vishuddha Sattva, my Sarup identity. That creates the proudness. Why? Because in our Siddha Deha, we can do services to myself. And any time, anyone who is in service in material world, if you are in service and all together you serve, you feel very happy. Similarly, in Siddha Deha, if all the associate of Gurudev is in the service of Radhika, he feels so proud that my life becomes useful. This is the goal of that. But he knows which state consciousness is there. So slowly he bring up. He see the circumstances of the jiva, in which condition he is living, and how to improve him slowly. You cannot say to renounce one day and do this, nobody can do. But slowly he will bring to out of three gunas. Because this is the goal indirectly, that not you attach with that, When circumstances come, in gunas, serve, but unconditionally and go back to your place. This is the spiritual life, and who guide this way is the real spiritual master. Material thing cannot attract him. Why? Because he is not wanted anything for himself. What is the requirement? Material requirement is over. Now only one requirement, how to serve my Swami and how much I can gather the group to serve her. I can bring that group together. That I am fortunate. You know, spiritual masters sometimes see they become sick. Why they become sick, you know? If they give the mantra and the person is not doing the practice, it goes to his sickness. It goes to his trouble. Why you give this to unqualified person who is not ready to do? Why not you check before doing? And Manjari Sarup is also like this. Why you give to unauthorized? Why not you check to recommend me that to give or not? So they will. After that, he will never say, "I watch my Gurudev." He will never say, but we have to care for his benefit, that he can survive more to help us. If he is in this body and he is realized soul, then I can relate very easily. And when he will leave this body, or he has to go out from this body, he will go to his goal, but I cannot relate. I cannot see who will answer my problem. So that way, unconditional relations are there. Because they are Radha's follower, no other follower. And they always engage in the good service. If you see, they will engage in the good service. Yeah. So read this again.
We must get some impulse.
We have to get some impulse. Some impulse means ideas.
Some reciprocation from response.
Yeah.
From God, therefore. On the strength of the devotee's loving devotion,
You see, we have to get the impulse from the God. God will not say you. Through the loving devotee they will say. Because he is loving, so he can listen. If he will say, I will not listen. Huh? But he can listen. And he can share us. Loving devotee. Through loving devotee he shares us. If loving devotee association is not there, how he straightly bring to Radha Dasya? How he do this? So many things in the creation surrounding the gods. So many philosophy are there. Yeah. So they teach through the loving devotee to us how to be a loving devotee. Yeah. Go on.
on the strength of the devotee's loving devotion, the curtain of God's mind will open for the devotee, and then he can see what is the Lord's desire.
You see, mind is open, mind is not open. Mind is not open and open mind. What is the word?
Mind will open.
Open means my mind is closed. Mind has a curtain. Covered. When mind will open, my curtain will move. What will happen? How to open my mind curtain? That has to afford myself. Suddha Chit. Curtain will open. Read again.
We must get some impulse from God, therefore, on the strength of the devotee's loving devotion.
What is the strength?
Loving devotion.
Who can be seen from the eyes? Who has no curtain, no covering. God.
On the strength of the devotee's loving devotion, the curtain of God's mind,
God mind,
will open for the devotee, and then he can see what is the Lord's desire.
curtain in between us, God and me. God minds never gotten anything. But in between me and God, there is a curtain. That curtain, He will remove, that you can see.
How glorious then are the kinkaris who are dedicated to the service of the full Madana Mahabhav, the Supreme Love personified, Srimati Radhika.
How lucky they are. Why this line was that? First you have 10 Bhagavad Gita. Assigned with Krishna, then he will remove the curtain. And when he will remove the curtain, then
you reach ultimate goal.
Ultimate goal. That is Mantri. Loving, serving to others. Prabhupada ki jai. How great is Bhagavad Gita is. How we can understand Bhagavad Gita without knowing this. When I want to read that in beginning, that time no loving association, no love inside me. How I can understand this?
How glorious then are the kinkaris who are dedicated to the service of the full Madana Mahabhav, the Supreme Love personified, Srimati Radhika, who keeps even Mohan under her control. Mohan himself worships Prema.
You see what God is worshipping. Mohan, what is worshipping? Love. Love is worship, is love. He creates whole everything in this universe. But for love he Jiva expand. That all soul can, one of that can love me. And he is man for Radhika because of love. Krishna himself said, I am dancing. I am your puppet, I dance, you are my guru. To whom? To Radha. because you are Madanakya Mahabhava. From you, unconditional love flow. And you, when blessed, you accept someone as a dasi, then they understand this. Sriram, why not? Any problem, stay with Radha Dasi. Krishna care all Radha Dasi, that she can serve my Priya without any difficulty. No problem, come near to him. You can to protect. He protect. He operate. And if problem comes, he give the idea to solve it. Right? When I asked sometime with Gopinath and Gopika, he solved. Why he solved? Because he is a protected. He knows how to solve because he is very close to Radha. Go with him and he discuss to solve the things. Immediately he will give you some idea. Sixth sense, only by grace of Krishna give. Tesam satattanam dadatan buddhi yoga. I give the knowledge. I give all things to that devotee. Buddhi yoga. Buddhi mein I am sitting there, yoga. I give this intelligence in the devotees that you can operate with it. Play game. We make a game. Devotees make not very nervous, serious. They make the game with that. When I was in his age, I cannot do this. When I see him, how he play games and how organizing, I like to see that. This he make the play and game with that. This is the Buddhi Yuga. And Gopika more, I'm telling you. She managed the children. Mohan is a naughtiest boy because he's a Mohan. Krishna is naughty, then what is the problem in Krishna? He has his name, why you put the name Krishna? He has to be naughty. So Mohan is naughty because his name is Mohan. But he play with that problem. He all manage. 1, 2, 3, 4, all 10 problems he deal at the same time. Relax with. Never tension you will see. What? This is Semasi, who is not connected, no related. Small things become nervous, difficult in life. Means some place connection is missing. So these are the mercy. How we see it and how we serve it with our loving act. That's the beauty.
Mohan himself worships prema, divine love. Therefore, he is also subdued by Srimati Radharani's maidservants. That is their full pride and glory. Mohan became Gora to taste the love that Radhika feels for him. And after he had experienced that, He also wanted to taste the nectar of the Kinkari service. While he relished the mood of the Manjaris, the Lord's body became formed like a turtle.
Again,
Mohan became Gora
yeah.
to taste the love that Radhika feels for him.
Radhika feels for Krishna. So who is Gaura? Huh? Who is this?
Gauranga, combined form.
Radhika. Radhika is feeling for Krishna. So who is this? Radhika. That has to understand. Radhika is there. Till you see the Krishna, we don't understand Gaura. Radhika is feeling Krishna's separation and viraha for that. And why he selected Puri, Jagannath Puri, is easy to miss and feel separation from Radhika, can feel separation from Gaura. For Gaura can feel separation from in form of Radhika for Krishna. Because here is not Krishna, Brajan Nandan. He is in Aishwarya Bhava, he is not with flute there. So Radhika has to search with flute Krishna, and he cannot find this flute Krishna there. He is a Narayan Krishna, Dwarka Krishna, with Rukmani and Balram. Huh? Easy to feel this and to cry for this. So this she is a Radhika. And now what he wants?
Mohan became Gaura to taste the love that Radhika feels for him.
Yeah.
And after he had experienced that, he also wanted to taste the nectar of the Kinkari service.
You see, Radhika wants to taste the Kinkari service. First he tastes Radha Bhav. Now he wants to taste Kinkari service. How to increase these feelings in Radha. So Mahaprabhu himself relished this Manjari Bhav and he feels this is the highest. Radha can feel only Krishna, but Manjari always wants to feel Radhika. And to please Radhika, she needs Krishna. So they arrange to bring him near to her. This is Manjari Bhav. No, my interest. This is Radhika's interest. This is the gift of Chaitanya, consciousness of our Sarup. Chaitanya means consciousness. Very deep subject.
Mohan became Gaura to taste the love that Radhika feels for him. And after he had experienced that, he also wanted to taste the nectar of Kinkari service. While he relished the mood of the Manjaris, the Lord's body became formed like a turtle, or sometimes his limbs would loosen and stretch out. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita describes Mahaprabhu's mad words after he came out of his turtle form. He said, "Today I went to Govardhan Hill to see if Mohan was tending his cows there. Climbing on Govardhan Hill, Mohan played his flute, surrounded by the cows. Hearing the flute song, Srimati Radha came there also. O Sakhi, I cannot describe her form and mood. Mohan took Radha by the hand and entered a cave with her, while the Sakhis told me to pick some flowers. For the service of Sri Sri Radha Mohan, the Sakhis are asking the Kinkaris to pick flowers. Here it is clear that Mahaprabhu finally came to relish the mood of the Manjaris in the pinnacle of his ecstatic absorption.
Sri Radha. So he tests the Radha Bhav and Manjari Bhav. The final Gambhira was in Manjari. So this make copy and send to Jayananda ji. Yeah.
And when Mahaprabhu, almost drowned of ecstasy in the ocean, and all the joints of his bones became disconnected out of ecstasy, he told his devotees in half external consciousness, seeing the Yamuna river, I went to Vrindavan, where I saw the Prince of Raja, Mohan, playing in the water with Sri Radhika and the gopis, having great fun. I stayed on the shore with the other Sakhis, while one Sakhi showed this pastime to the others. Here again, Mahaprabhu explains that he did not play an active role in Mohan's pastimes, but that he was relishing a service position like that of the Manjaris, witnessing these sweet pastimes without taking active part in them. Chaitanya Charitamrita further says, whatever he himself came to relish, he taught to his devotees. Since he did relish Manjari Bhav, he was the one who taught it to the devotees also, notably through Sri Rupa Goswami and Srila Raghunath Das Goswami. One can never understand the flavors of Raja while remaining in a mundane consciousness.
You see? Mundane consciousness. Too long way for understanding. Who is living in Vishuddha Sattva, pure, spiritual, pure goodness. He can understand. Who got the mercy of Radhika with her form she can learn. This is Chaitanya. Radha.
One can never understand the flavors of Raja while remaining in a mundane consciousness, and only the devotees who take shelter of Sriman Mahaprabhu's lotus feet are the suitable candidates for relishing these flavors.
Yeah.
In order to relish the sweetness of the love in Vraja, one must give up the attitude of awe and reverence towards God.
God, towards God. Santa Bhav. We develop Santa Bhav. What relation? In English, this is
Passive.
passive. I adore, but I have no relation with you. By the ritual, I will attract you and you will fulfill my desire. Devotees say, no, I will fulfill your desire. I have no desire. Radha Rani's service is my desire. And Krishna cares that this devotee, that any difficulty, his mind not go out from Radhika's service. If he is going, he protects. He no want any disturbance for this manjaris, kinkaris, for his Priya service. That is Krishna. How Krishna will tolerate any difficulty in her service? Pritam is very anxious to care with every living thing. No, nothing can do. Nothing can do. Because they have less requirement. And less requirement. And again less requirement. The requirement becomes lesser and lesser. Rather.
In order to relish the sweetness of the love in Vraja, one must give up the attitude of awe and reverence towards God. Vrindavan is the kingdom of sweetness, and the upasana, the subject of worship and meditation of Vraja Rasa, is a sweet upasana in which we want to see Mohan as a Lokika Sadbandhu.
What is meaning of Lokika?
Worldly friend.
Means he is similar like me. And how you feel, he behave like that. How you feel with your children, how you feel with your wife, how wife feel with husband. He also give the same feeling. No godly business. Same business he do. Only you fix it. He is yours. He is mine. He behaves like a logic, like a human behavior. This is second special gift of Chaitanya. Logic Sadbandhu. Why? Radhika said, Jit dekhu tit shamai. Where I see my Krishna. Anyone I see Krishna only. All you heavy blockage that somebody behave like Krishna, you cannot see this. If he is naughty, why naughty? Hare Krishna is playing with you. You don't can see. That's a Laukik Sadbandhu. He become like a son. Are son imagination? Are he really becomes son? If you are real mother, you cannot see that. That in your home Krishna is playing, right? And you cannot see. If you say that Krishna is devotee, you cannot see your husband is devotee, then why is devotee? Krishna is playing with you in this form that he behaves that you relate to Krishna. Only when you see devotee you relate. When he is naughty behaving, you think Krishna. It's not imagination. He is a Laukik. He behaves in your home. He behaves near to you. You cannot relate. He is a Laukik Sadbandhu. He play with you. And my curtain cannot see me. So block. This is curtain. And if living soul is there, he can appear in this soul any moment. He is playing. Very, very Leela. That's it. He has all time Leela is happening. Laukik Sarvandhu. Second thing of the gift of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Laukik Sarvandhu, Manjari Bhav and Laukik behavior. Laukik, like you do the behavior with your son and your friend and your father and mother. That way he like to relish, taste sambandha. It's a very high thing. When you come out from the spiritual consciousness, you can feel it. There is nothing exists out of Radha and Krishna. Nothing. One is a giver, one is a receiver. One is a giver, one is a receiver. Who gives is Radha, who receives is Krishna. That's it. There is nothing out. And who is the Manjaris? Who is always taking care to giver, always serving to the giver. There will be two or not. One is giver, one is receiver. How giver will give without receiver? Who serve to the giver, they are Manjari. And who serve to the receiver, they are Sakhas. Friends. You give outside, many friends will come. Who is praying? Manjaris are giving on behalf of Radhika and receiver friends coming and receiving. Nitya Leela is happening only in Vrindavan. No other place. Because we have no divine vision to feel it and see it. Giver is only one, Radhika. And receiver is only one, who is a Krishna. He is only one. And he can expand in millions. Radhika is only one, but she expanded. This is their Leela. Who has a service mood? Giver has a service. So Radhika's followers all has a service. The first quality comes every moment ready for service. No service, then bothering. Service makes satisfaction and happy. This is the nature of the Nagadas. This has to increase in us. Increase in sadhak deha, then it goes to siddha deha. If I am doing bhajan, kriya, then I will increase sadhak deha, seva bhav. And when I do bhajan, not kriya, it will never happen. It takes time. When kriya will happen, then is full bhajan and kriya, behavior also start. Then our bhajan do, and kriya is just reverse than that. No meaning of that word. Kriya means behavior, my actions, my thinking. That's a kriya. So bhajan kriya can remove anarthas in my life. There was no time for that. What kriya is happening only for seva.
Vrindavan is the kingdom of sweetness, and the upasana, subject of worship and meditation of Vrajaras, is a sweet upasana in which we want to see Mohan as a Laukika Sadbandhu,
Wow.
a good worldly friend.
That's the point. Again, this land.
Vrindavan is the kingdom of sweetness.
Yes. Where by grace we are? Vrindavan. What is this?
The kingdom of sweetness.
Kingdom. That vision has to come. That what is the sweetness of the kingdom? Sweetness of kingdom. Right.
Vrindavan is the kingdom of sweetness, and the upasana, the subject of worship and meditation of Vrajaras, is a sweet upasana in which we want to see Mohan as a Laukika Sadbandhu, a good worldly friend.
Wow. Worldly friend. Worldly lover of my soul. Only in Vrindavan you can relate. Because this is the kingdom of sweetness. Vibration of kingdom of sweetness, vibe is there. Easy to find this vibe here. Out of Vrindavan, vibe is different. Not easy to find. Not easy. You will never say God can be like a human. You will never accept this. Here, if you say human cannot be like a God, They will say you are a tourist. He is like a human. He is my child. He is my lover. He is my friend. And God, Vishnu, 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 Vishnu. They will say this. There's a Vishnu in the God. Krishna is not God. He's like a human. Vishnu, 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 Vishnu. Narayan, Narayan, Narayan. He is a God. They will never accept that Krishna is a God. And world all goes to preach that Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And they are not to accept not even a sign with Krishna. No sign. After 30 years, same listening. And here in Vrindavan, they don't like to accept Krishna is a God. He's a Vishnu, Vishnu, Vishnu. Hanuman, Hanuman, Hanuman. Shiva, Shiva, Shiva. They say they are the God. You see? Go many Brajavasi, they will say Hanuman, Shiva, Ganesh. Different God. They will say they are God. Krishna is God. He is my son. He is my lover, my friend. They want to relate in this mood. Mahaprabhu, some time, he say also Vishnu, 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 Vishnu. Somebody glorify him, he say Vishnu, Vishnu, Vishnu. That time, say Krishna, Krishna. Vishnu, Vishnu, Vishnu. Why Vishnu, Vishnu? God can take. This group can go to Vishnu.
Krishna we don't glorify.
No. 2 days I listen. Mahaprabhu say Vishnu, Vishnu, Vishnu. When somebody says something good, oh God, God, God. What is the meaning behind? Like a human. What? Braja Leela is Adbhuta. Adbhut. Out of understanding to the without rasa, that's it. Yeah. Calling Radha over.
Hey Gurudev.
Yeah. Radhe Radhe Go.